Welcome, friends. Namaste. I'm Nayaswami Narayan, and this is
Nayaswami Dharma Devi.
And we're here to share with you something exciting, my new journal that a friend gave me. This, if you don't know, is Mahavatar Babaji, and he is going to be our ambassador and theme for today, because we're going to be discussing. This is actually a new online series we're starting called The Path of Self-Realization, where each week we are going to select a different topic. And so you know the format, the flow, we'll have a certain theme or topic on the path of self-realization. We'll share some of the principles related to that topic. And then we'll have time for a meditation, again, related to that theme or topic for that week. So our topic for this week is posture. And I thought this picture of Babaji was perfectly fitting because his eyes are uplifted in that posture of the super consciousness. So let's just take first a brief moment to center ourselves. And since our topic is on posture, just to check your posture for a moment, that you're sitting upright, relaxed. Take a few conscious breaths, feeling the breath flow into the belly, relaxing as you exhale. Lift the gaze now behind closed eyes to the seat of superconsciousness at the point between the eyebrows. Have your gaze there be gentle and yet at the same time with concentration. Let's invoke the presence of the Divine Mother, great masters of self-realization, saints of all religions, to be with us, to guide our hearts, our minds, that we may receive their divine grace as we move ever closer to union in spirit. Om. Peace. Amen. So with our topic of posture, I wanted to talk in terms of the principles from three aspects. If we think of posture related to our body, mind, and soul. First, in relation to the body, Yogananda said something related to posture, that he said a bent spine is the enemy of self-realization. And if we think of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, he actually outlined the stages of unfoldment of the soul towards union with God, and he called that Ashtanga Yoga, or the 8 limbs, or the 8 stages of the soul's unfoldment. And the third stage is called asana. Asana in the West has been for a good period of time, been focused on the physical asanas, the yoga postures, but on the deeper level, asana actually means the asana of meditation. Yogananda has a chant called the Dawn Chant, where he says, sitting in the asana of meditation, thinking of my Guru's lotus feet. This is symbolic of the yogi's straight spine, and the lotus feet of the infinite are at the point between the eyebrows. So the enemy of self-realization is a bent spine. Well, now, why is that? Well, from a simple physical standpoint, we know, and it's in our common language, that when the spine is straight, the energy flows more freely. And the purpose of self-realization is to bring us into this infinite state of consciousness. Now, we can't do that if we're bogged down with the awareness of the body. So just this simple advice of keeping the spine straight and relaxed and upright is what Yogananda meant by a bent spine is the enemy of self-realization. So if we can learn to just start to develop this awareness of our posture, when we're sitting, when we're standing, whatever it is that we're doing, that we do it with a sense of dignity, of centeredness in our spine. Because everything is radiating out from the spine. So first, from a physical standpoint, posture is so important because it allows the energy to flow more freely in the spine. Now, secondly, this is important because the body and the mind, right, are a feedback loop unto one another. This is why the yoga postures, people love them so much, because they practice these different postures with breathing, and then that induces from the body being relaxed. It allows the energy to flow freely, and that creates an environment where the mind can be clear. So this clarity of mind is also very important. But on another deeper level, we can have a certain posture or attitude, right attitude in our mind when we approach meditation and the path of self-realization. And one of the most important postures that we can take is an attitude of gratitude. I'm sure you've noticed in your life when you have that inner positioning, so to speak, of feeling grateful for whatever life brings you, no matter if it's heartache or challenges or whatever, because we all, of course, go through the challenges of our own life. But if we can shift our paradigm to an attitude of being grateful for what life gives us, that also prepares us for the path of self-realization. So we've got the physical posture of keeping the spine straight. We have the mental posture of right attitude. And also, this, of course, comes into our heart as well, because the three bodies, the physical, mental, and causal body, that we're also talking about the feeling nature in the heart. So we can have an attitude within the heart of openness. Just like we want the body to be relaxed and open, we want the heart to be relaxed and open. I've gained so much inspiration from one of Yogananda's chants, God of beauty is now reigning in the temple of my heart. He says the God of love is now reigning in the temple of my heart. If we think of that again, that our heart is sacred, and that the posture that we hold in the heart is so important again, just like the attitudes that we hold in our mind. And then lastly, when we come to our soul nature, so keeping the body physically erect, keeping the heart open, the mind with right attitude, what kind of posture can we hold within our soul? Well, this is receptivity for divine grace. And this is why it's important before our meditation practices that we take time just to pray. Real true prayer, of course, is deeper. It's wordless, the wordless yearning of the heart. But to say a prayer outwardly, to invoke the presence of the Divine Mother God and the form that you hold dear, a great saint or master that you revere like Yogananda or Christ or Buddha or whoever it may be, and to invite their consciousness into your own, to try and tune in and pray for receptivity to divine grace. Because ultimately, the posture that we're holding is so that, like a sail on a sailboat, we're just casting that sail so we can catch the wind of divine grace. One of the last books that Swami Kriyananda wrote had that title, Cooperating with Grace. And ultimately that is our yoga practice. That is our job, is to cooperate with that flow of grace. And actually the flow of grace in the body we can feel through this flow of divine energy. So we're going to do that now through an actual experiential practice together and meditation together that Dharma Devi is going to lead us in.
So before I start with this guided meditation, I'd like to invite you because we want to be able to make these online satsangs interactive so that you can ask questions or you can make comments. So just so that we're all on the same page, I was thinking if you go, the easiest way would be if you go to www.anandala.tv. That brings you to our live stream channel, Ananda LA's live stream channel, and from there you can chat with us and I can see it on the screen, and that way we're all in the same place. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, if you're watching live, you can come over to the live stream page. It'll be exactly the same, but you'll be able to chat not only with us, but with other people who are watching online. So that being said, let's start our meditation. Maybe you could, are we going to chant?
Sure.
We'll start with this chant that Narayan mentioned of Yogananda's, the Dawn chant. And the words are, night has flown, dawn has come. Wake, my children, wake. Sitting in the asana of meditation, think ye of thy Guru's lotus feet. And even though it's not dawn for us in California, may be dawn for someone watching. So you can also feel that it's the dawning of your higher consciousness. And wake, my children, wake is waking the inner forces of light within each of us. you're sitting upright, if you're sitting in a chair, have your back away from the back of the chair so you can have a nice upright posture. Let the shoulders be drawn slightly together, but relax the shoulders, leading with the chest so that the chest, the heart is open, that you're opening in the heart, calling out for divine love to fill your heart, to expand your sense of self. Chin is parallel to the floor. Let your palms rest gently in your lap at the juncture of the thighs and abdomen, if that's comfortable. And again, let the gaze be gently uplifted. You can feel as though you're looking out at a mountain peak in the distance. If you'd like a technique for tuning into the position of the eyes, you can open your eyes for a moment and you can bring your arm out in front with your thumbs up and gaze at your thumbnail, and then lift the arm up so that your thumb is around the height of the crown of your head, still gazing at the thumbnail and not lifting the head any, just keeping the chin parallel. And then close the eyes gently with the uplifted gaze, relax the arm down. So it's just a nice, gentle, uplifted gaze. There's no strain. If you feel any strain, relax the eyes, bring in peace to your gaze. If you're sitting cross-legged, you want your hips to be higher than your knees. So if you find that your knees are higher than your hips, you can raise your bottom up, sit on something a little taller so that your knees are below the hips. That allows the blood to flow more freely and your legs to not fall asleep. Everything about your posture is open and relaxed. And there's a sense of readiness, a sense of dynamic relaxation. So we're not passively just slouching and like we're a couch potato going into subconsciousness. We're dynamic and reaching for that state of superconsciousness. That's why everything is upward and open. The heart is open. The mind is open to our divine guidance, to the intuition of our soul. And now let's take a deep inhalation through the nose. Tense the whole body as you hold the breath, and then relax. Let the breath out. Relax completely. Let's do that again. Inhale. Tense the body all over and relax. Throw the breath out. One more time. Inhale. Tense. Relax. And feel. Feel for the energy flowing in your spine. Mentally feel that your uplifted gaze is working like a magnet to draw the energy inward and upward to awaken these higher states of consciousness, to awaken us to our true self, divine love, divine joy, divine peace. And now I invite you just to watch the breath, and I mean to mentally observe the breath. Tune into it as it flows naturally. You're not controlling the breath. You're just observing it like you would observe the waves coming in on the beach. You can't control them, whether it's a big wave or a big breath, or a shallow wave, a shallow breath. Let it be whatever it is. We'll just sit for a couple of minutes watching the breath. If your mind wanders at any point, just bring it back again and again to the breath. And to the uplifted gaze. And now I'd like to offer you a very simple visualization. Feel that you're floating in space, that there's nothing around you for millions of miles, that you're weightless, no pain, no distractions of the body. And feel yourself now expanding in all directions. And this expansion is not of the body, not of the mind so much as it is an expansion of your consciousness. Feel yourself embracing all life. In perfect harmony, in perfect peace. One with all that is. All that ever has been and all that ever will be. Bring into your consciousness now anyone you'd like to share the blessings of peace with, to share divine love. You can visualize them at the point between the eyebrows and see them surrounded in divine light, uplifted, vitality coursing through their body. Clarity of mind. Expand this divine bliss to all creation. See our planet bathed in divine light. And let's close our meditation by sending out 3 ohms to share this cosmic sound of Om, also the Comforter, the Divine Mother, and helping us to attune ourselves to that vibration. So let's rub the palms together, generating energy, drawing the divine love and compassion of the heart into the hands, raising the hands, and let's chant Om together 3 times. Om. Peace. Amen. So in case anyone has any questions, feel free, you can chat those to us. Again, if you weren't here a few minutes ago, if you could go on to anandala.tv. There's a place you can chat with us there on the live feed. And if there aren't any questions, then we actually are over our time anyways. So since nobody was really quick on the draw, maybe we'll close there. Do you have anything else to share?
Om Babaji. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so we'll be continuing this series every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll be going through all the path of self-realization as Paramhansa Yogananda taught it, and we'll progress as we go through posture, relaxation, through concentration, and we'll share his Hon Saw technique, and we'll have more time to meditate together. So it'll be a combination, as Narayan said, of the principles and the techniques. So we look forward to sharing with you again next week. Namaste.